Hey y'all, it's time for the 3 series. It's going 3 times strong. I told y'all I was gonna come through for y'all, and that's what I'm doing. So about 3 is ruled by Jupiter and Sag energy. So now we're dealing with the more expansive energy that is found around 3. So when you're thinking about even the 3 of Wands in tarot, it represents expansion into new territories, finding out and using that fire wand energy to find out where you want to go in life, what you want to do. There's so many possibilities. So yeah, that's really all I feel when it comes to 3 energy. 3 is like the triad of completion, whatever you want to call it, the Holy Trinity. And usually this completion could kind of come from Jupiter energy, because Jupiter represents wholeness in some ways, things being bigger. And when we think bigger, we think full, we think wholeness and things like that. And without further ado, I just want to get into the numbers. So let's get the notebook and start deducing. Also, before I get started, we're going to be talking about, of course, 3. What other number I was going to cover? I don't know. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and then 3, 3, 3, 3. And then I'm not sure the other number I want to cover 21. We're going to cover the number 21 as well. We're going to get into it. It's going to be brief, but yeah, we're going to get into that. So enjoy. All right, let's chat. We're talking about 3, right? We already said 3 equals Jupiter energy. I know some of y'all complained about, or not complained, y'all don't complain to me. Y'all said like y'all don't want me to do the other side of the page, and then some of y'all said like you want a bigger page. Well, I bought a notebook by the time y'all told me about wanting a bigger page, and I don't like using a lot of paper because it's really unnecessary. I really don't write that much, but I will try to be mindful of spacing for next time. So 3 is Jupiter energy, right? We already said. Let's break down Jupiter. So Jupiter represents expansion, right? Expansion, things being bigger, higher learning. Jupiter also represents, some people know this, the husband, right? So we're just gonna keep it simple. So now that we're into this, let's talk about, let's get a little funky, right? Let's get into the tarot of this. So we already talked about the 3 of Wands, meaning expansion of options. And this is represented by Jupiter. And it's that fire energy. So fire equals movement. Okay? So fire equals movement. Now we're going to get into the 3 of Cups. And the 3 of Cups is, you know how we say like with water energy, right? It represents connectivity. So like Cancer energy seeks out, seeks to understand others. Seeks to understand others. Scorpio energy seeks to seeks deeper connections. Seeks deep, meaning full connections. And then Pisces energy, what is it about Pisces energy? That's a layered one. tries, or I wouldn't say tries, that's shady. And I have Pisces stellium, so don't come for me. Seeks to find meaning in connections. What makes this different from Scorpio energy is that Scorpio energy seeks deep, meaningful connections because they usually have this understanding of depth. But I always say that Cancer energy is kind of like the crab, which they're on the surface and in the water, but they don't go as deep as Pisces. Pisces represents the ocean, so I'll say Pisces energy, ocean. Pisces energy represents the ocean. So when we think of the ocean, we think of the unknown parts as well. So we seek to find meaning in its depth. Whereas Scorpio just seeks to have the connection with the depth. And it's not to say that Scorpio is not deep at all, but they're looking for still that connectivity aspect because of their understanding that things are that deep. And them being like the middle child is kind of like between Cancer energy and Pisces energy. Whereas even Pisces seeks to find meaning in connections that are insignificant and significant, all right? So that's really what that means. So the Three of Cups in tarot astrology is ruled by Mercury in Cancer, just for a reference point. But since it has the Jupiter influence, right, it means the expansion of relationships. It can be on platonic too, because it's a platonic card. So things like that give a nice clear example. And then yes, I will be using the back page. We will not be wasting paper in this house. It's not that serious. I'm sorry, y'all. I hate wasting paper. It's a pet peeve. Let's see. The Three of Wands and the Three of Wands and what's the next one? Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords represents, how do I get into this? I talked about this in my article on Taisoleil. So I'm gonna link it down below. I don't feel like getting into this card really. Yeah, I don't feel like getting into this. If it's not in that article, I'm gonna cover it again because I already have an article about it, so I don't want to recover this. So I'm gonna say article in description. So, yeah, the Three of Swords, and now we're at the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is the expansion of useful people. So I'm going to go back really quick, right? So I said water is connection, so relationships, or I'm sorry, you can't even see this. So I said water is connectivity and relationships is water energy, right? I said fire is movement, expansion of options, making options is a sort of movement. Well, I tried to convey that, but I think y'all get the point. And then pentacles, right? Oops, marked myself. Pentacles, right? Pentacles right here is stability. So Pentacles, sorry, is earth energy. Stability, and then we're talking about earth energy as well. So stability and then practicality. Practicality. I hope I spelled that right, but you get my point. So practicality is the expansion, which is Jupiter rule of useful people, which is stability and overall practicality and stuff like that. What's the other one? What's another card I want to cover? My brain is mush right now. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. So the third card is the Empress. So the third card in tarot is the Empress. So the Empress card is Venus ruled, right? Okay. What does that mean? What does that mean? So even though Jupiter is Sag energy, Jupiter is also ruled by Pisces. Or I would say 3 energy. Like I'm specifically talking about the 3 energy being Sag energy. I know y'all can't see the 3. So I say equals 3. So the 3 energy being there. But if we factor it in Pisces, oh my gosh, ain't it Mercury shadow period? Yeah. Anyway, oh my gosh, I'm hitting the camera. Okay, Jupiter is Pisces energy as well. Why does this matter, Tay? Why does that matter? Why does that matter? Shut up. This is what it means. Pisces is exalted in Venus, which means exaltations. Okay, exaltations, I talk about that in another article. It will be on Taisoleil.com, and I'll be putting it in the description box. So don't worry about it. We're not getting in too much into that because we have other numbers to cover. So you'll have some more reading material to go over so you can have big brain energy, because we're talking about big brain energy. I'll be linking more stuff because I've talked about Jupiter a couple of times. So we're getting into 21. Now, this is the cool thing. So I'm going to stylize 21 differently from how I don't usually write it this way, but for demonstration's sake, I will. So 21 energy, if you reduce 21, which is 2 plus, or 2 equals 2 plus, 21 equals 2 plus 1. Or, yeah, 21, you reduce it, 2 plus 1, you get 3, right? So, when you look at 21, and then you look at Jupiter, don't they look the same? Like, 2 plus 1 equals Jupiter, and Jupiter has a 2, and then when you factor in the line, you get Jupiter energy, right? So I know I just wrote that twice. So like I said, this is 2 and 1. So these 2 numbers create the symbol, if you notice. And 3, what do we say about 3? 3 is Jupiter energy. So, oh, this is what I found funny. So I talked about lotto, right? And I was saying why lotto, again, it'll be in my bio because I talked about this before. I said why lotto, And then somebody in the comments said she's also dating 21 Savage. And I just found that very interesting and very cool. I don't know if he has Jupiter aspects. I'll cover in the article if he does. So, yeah, if that is true, yeah, I got y'all. So we covered a little bit of 21. Now we talk about 33. So y'all know how I do it by now. So 3 is Jupiter, right? So let's reduce it. 3 plus 3 equals 6. Now, since we're getting into 6, what I kind of want to do is talk about this in the 6th segment of this. So we're going to talk about this another time. I know I'm like everywhere, but I feel like this would be more appropriately talked about when I talk about 6, like how I did with 11, and I covered it in 2. We'll cover this on a different one. And I'm sorry I'm everywhere with it, and I'm sorry to hold y'all over, but y'all know I do these weekly, and I've been coming through, so don't be trying to come for me. Don't try to come for me. Let's do 333. So 333 is, so I told y'all, you already know how I do Jupiter, Jupiter, Jupiter. And then you reduce it, you get 3 plus 3 plus 3, and you get 9. Now, y'all know that I said 9 is violence, 9 is this, 9 is that, blah, 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 blah. Be quiet, okay? We're going to get into what 9 energy is. So I did say 9, Mars is the planet of violence. Also, I want you to think about this. So since 3 is Jupiter, right? There, you're being told to assert your plans. Because Mars, when we talk about Mars, Martian energy, right? Mars is also about planning, strategy. So we could talk about war as well, but it's planning, strategy, action. Also, so I'm saying assert your plans, and I'll say you cannot go anywhere with big plans if there's no acting on it. So if you can't read my handwriting, I say you cannot go anywhere with big plans if there's no acting on it. So if you're not acting on these plans, these big plans, you're doing yourself a disservice, okay? What else is a warning about 333? Oh, you talk big, but bite more than you can, chew. So, if you can't read what I said is, you talk big, but bite more than you can chew. So, you bite more, you talk big, right? But you bite more than you can chew. Why am I kind of bringing up communication in this? Well, I'll let you tell you why. The 3rd house in astrology is communication. So it's communication. It's our thoughts and speech. So I also factor in kind of like, make sure you're backing up these big plans. Your plans and even can be ideas. You get what I'm saying? So that is also important to factor in if you're seeing 333. So what else? We're on 3333. All right. So you already know how I do. Jupiter, 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 Jupiter. Keep, like I say, get into a habit of this. So even when you get a mixed number, you kind of like are seeing what planets are at play. And you can kind of deduce how they interact for you. I'm going to talk about one more thing after this as well. Actually, yeah, I'm going to briefly talk about it and then I'm going to cover an article. But yeah. So, what's important about this? What's important about this is 333 is 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. We get 12, which is the equivalent to tree. Sorry, my brain is like beep, boop, beep. And that's because 1 plus 2 equals 3. For those that, because I hate when people ask me, how did you get this? How did you get this? Why didn't you divide? I didn't divide. First of all, this would be multiplication if anything. You hear what I'm saying? Like, this would be multiple. Like, if you see, like, you know how you do the 2 numbers together? You would multiply, not divide. Where did y'all get divide from? That's crazy. Anyway, So we already talked about 3. So 3 is, this is just an amplification to think. 3rd house energy. Big. Think big, dream big, go after your goals, whatever. You can also be overwhelmed with too many ideas. Okay, so you could be overwhelmed with too many ideas. Being overwhelmed with too many ideas can kind of you know what I'm saying, throw you off. So it's just time to, I would even say, organize those thoughts, or even compartmentalize. Now, when I say compartmentalize, I don't, so I'm going to say, when I say compartmentalize, I don't, this is the don't sign. I don't know if people know. I'm not being sarcastic. I think, like, people, I used it in my TikTok comments, and I think people really didn't understand this means not equals. Like, compartmentalize doesn't mean minimize, but it means but it means organize. Just organize your thoughts. I compartmentalize, but not in a bad way. I don't know, I think it gets a negative connotation. But if organize works better for y'all than compartmentalize, I respect that totally. Okay, I'm not trying to make nobody upset with me. That's pretty much it. I went over these. Oh, this is what was important. So, remember I said the trine, right? So, I have an article down below. Check my descriptions. I really be putting y'all on. So, the trine, right, is 30 degrees in astrology. A trine is an aspect. So, it's 30 degrees, right? What's 3 plus 0 equals 3? And 3 energy is Jupiter energy. So when you even hear the words grand, which is like big, trine, that's Jupiter energy. And Jupiter energy kind of falls onto your natural talents. And also the trine has three sides. So basically, you know, trine pulls on your natural talents and things of that nature. And in my article, I go more into what this means and stuff like that. So like I said, check the link in my description and you'll find out. Like I said, you pretty much covered. Look, I even went into the tarot stuff and things of that nature. This page right here, we're gonna go over this soon. We went over the tarot of things. We went over this and this and this. Or, I mean, yeah, y'all see it. This. I wanted to tell y'all this. Right now, I'm going to have an article. You already know I have a complimentary article. It will be posted, link in the description. We'll be talking about Tinashe's 333. And we'll be talking about Chance the Rapper wearing the 3 hats. So, or I will be talking about that. And by the time you'll see this video, it'll be down below. So I'll be going over Tinashe's new album because I haven't got a chance to listen to it yet. And let me see if I can get some references, some lines. I'm going to pull up her chart and see if I can find anything. And I'll make it a pretty interesting because I already said I was going to talk about it. So that one's going to be interesting. The 4 energy one is going to be cool too because I'll be talking about Beyonce and Jay-Z. So like I said, like, subscribe, share, and stay tuned. All right, y'all. That's the 3 series. Like I said, 4 series is coming up next week. I'm actually going to be posting another YouTube video that I told y'all in the community post that I was going to be posting about. I might actually do it tonight because I really want y'all to have this video. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to do it, probably y'all have it by Saturday. But yeah, like, subscribe, share, get the word out there. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok if you haven't already. I love making these videos. I'm really excited. I'm glad I'm helping so many people. And yeah, let's grow the community and whatnot. I really love what I do. So this is not for like attention or anything like that. I just really love sharing what I know. And yeah, bye y'all.